Hey Ron, Paul Daniels here again. Next day after Louis Rossmann's live streaming, and we've got a bit of a train wreck on our hands. Well, partially. We've got that 3115 board that doesn't want to see the battery. Now we've already changed the SMC, we've changed the ISL, and it's still not picking it up. So now we're going to have to actually use our brains, dig through the schematics, and trace down what exactly could be causing this. Next option on the list is maybe our ITC lines are not working right. Maybe it's not getting down to the SMC. We're just going to have to dig around and see what we can find out. If we look at the board view for this, these are our SMC lines, ITC lines. And as you see, they come from the battery here, they go to the ISL, and then they come down to the SMC. So the problem we have is that essentially we can't test to see if we get continuity unless we take the SMC off, or we dig in under the side. Might have to do that. So this is our donor from last night, and so the pins of interest are these two here, and we want to see whether we can find a way to test if we have continuity down there without taking that chip off. It's entirely possible this SMC is also broken. Alright, so looking at this, these are the pads here. We can see they go straight into two vias, which is a little unfortunate, because it means it's going to be very tight against the SMC itself, the chip. For this sort of thing, you really do want some very harsh piercing tips that can just go straight through the mask on the top and save you having to do this sort of scrapiness. Okay, we're just going to do the testing here. We're on continuity mode, so that's that one, the fourth, and I believe the fourth pin up here. Okay, third, try that again. Okay, that's good. I really don't have high hopes there. That's just a little bit too under that. I'm kind of worried if I start scraping away at that I might scratch the chip itself and do damage. So I might actually lift the chip in this case, and we'll just have to test it that way. Put some flux under this one. Hopefully we will not have a repeat of last night, where I successfully managed to wipe off 3/4 of the board. I did still manage to drop it though. I think I need to change these tweezers to be ones that are better for give them a little bit of a hook in at the tips. Yeah, I guess we'll test the continuity. It'll be quite hard holding the pin in the right place. Okay, so that's 3 is good. And 4 is good. So we replace that for nothing. That's no fun at all. I guess the question is our SMC dead? I mean, it's possible that the replacement was also faulty in the same way. I mean, it is a donor board after all. It's also maybe possible our ISL is dead. I see some chipping off that cap there, but that's not really related to anything. Well, I guess we better rebuild that SMC, reball it, and put it back down. I'm going to try something. I'm actually going to try and reflow what is already here so that it forms a bind. It's probably really dumb, but I'm kind of curious. Well, that was a interesting, slow, painful process, but we did end up with perfectly good 0.3 mil balls, so I suppose that's a win. I probably should get a proper reballing station before I do that again. This is going to be actually a little different than normal because the balls on this are quite small in comparison to the normal sizes that we typically deal with when we do it through paste. So there's a greater likelihood that this could float away. I really don't have a clue about the alignment on this one. Not to mention it's going to be substantially harder to actually line it up because we just don't have that we don't have those extra large balls to judge by. Looks like it needs to come up a little. That took a little while, longer than usual. It's certainly turning into a little bit more of a rigmarole than the usual jobs. I guess it's all part of the parcel. Take the good with the bad. Though sometimes it does feel like you got nothing but bad for a few weeks. Now the easiest way for us to tell if this is going good or not is if we're going to get 12.56 on our PP bus. If we don't get 12.56, then we have to start again. Alright, so we've got fan spin. Yeah, we got 12.56. We're back up and alive by the sounds of it. Maybe we just had a bad reball originally. Sure hope this works. Damn. Still got an X. Could still be a bad battery. I suppose that's one thing I should really be have pre-checked, make sure I'm using a good battery, so at least everything else doesn't get confused. So we'll shut that down, we'll try a different battery. Check out PP bus while we wait. Damn, you're down 1224. What's going on there? So I'm going to plug in the battery, it takes a dive. Battery out. Plug in. Nope. We're down at 1224 again. Oh, hello. It looks like it's the little LED display thing that is actually maybe stuffing us up. Yeah. Well, how about that? So if I have that connected, it, wow, wouldn't expect that. Talk about driving me up the wall. Guess we'll see. Plug that in. I've noticed how MagSafe's just gone orange. So that's a positive indication. It could mean it's charging finally. Oh my goodness, that was it. It was the damn LED indicator flex. That I would not have picked. Let's see if we can show it up. Here we go. This is nothing on it, it's just a... So we're at 0%. Let's see if that picks up. So we've got a 340 milliamp idle current. So I might be trying to put something into the battery, so we're going to give that about half an hour, come back and see if there's any improvement. 340, it's when these lithium packs get below a certain voltage, they have to be very slowly trickle charged to bring them back up to a level where they can then be normally charged. Now, I don't know if the circuitry on these boards has that capacity or whether it just simply blocks them out outright. So we'll give it half hour, see what happens, come back, try our luck. Okie doke, we've been going for a while. We've been charging at 1.8 amps. I'm going to power up and see if we've got our battery in a better state now. And if it's all good, then that basically just means I've got the LED battery status strip to replace on the side, and finally this will be able to go back to the proper owners. Yep, we're sitting up at 40 something percent there. There we go, 46%. So we're good. We were just waiting for that trickle charge to push through. It was just taking a little longer than what we were comfortable with. Hey everyone, well, I almost forgot to record a summary for this video for the whole repair thing. It was such a train wreck that when I finally solved that problem, given that it was just the little LED indicator light, the battery indicator light, I just sort of went crazy. Went and got that fixed and then had myself a nice cup of coffee and sit back and relax after all that work. There was a lot of work done there that didn't have to be done. If only I had checked for that little battery indicator flex. You can be sure I'm not going to make that mistake again, at least not in a hurry. It does make you realize that no matter what you're doing, you can still get caught out by these things, and you can go chasing down rabbit holes that actually don't exist. There's a few things learned there, like I had fun trying to do individual solder balls into a stencil. I don't think I'll do that again in a hurry, at least not without a proper stencil and ball vice contraption thing, which I probably won't buy for a while. What I would really like to do is still get a desktop CNC system so I can make myself something similar to this sort of thing, but specifically for SMCs and the stencils. So, but that's a $1,200 investment for me. Is it going to be worth it? It's hard to say. It's certainly something that'd be fun to do, but you got to weigh out what's fun and what's profitable sometimes. And unfortunately, it's probably going to be more profitable for me to spend the 5 minutes extra doing it the old painful way than to have the fun and make myself a little jig. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate everybody sticking around, and for those of you who were watching and came over from the Rossmann group channel, I very much appreciate your participation here now. If you are after Flex Boardview, just go to pldaniels.com and I'll put that in somewhere down here. If you've got any questions, you can get a hold of me on my email. If you're asking for support questions and things like that for board repairs and all that, maybe not the best person to ask. Perhaps go to the forums via Lewis's forum. I mean, it's $29 a month. It's well worth the money. You get very good answers there all the time. But if you've just got a question about sending me jobs or inquiring about my software and things like that, by all means, send me an email. Thank you very much again. I'll speak to you all later. Until then, take care.